What's up YouTube, Dell here from Zephyr, and you guys wanted to see the designated combo video for the Evil Eye Unchained profile so much that I thought I'd bring them to you. So I'm going to be bringing you a 1 card, a 2 card and a 3 card combo, all for the deck to sign and show you where you can start, what's your kind of like strongest end board with the most optimal opening hand. So with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. We're going to start off with the 1 card combo. Now the 1 card combo, like I showed you in the profile, can either be Domain or the Yugioh, and we're just going to basically build up with 1 to 2 to 3. The 1 pretty much does the exact same thing throughout, and then what you're doing is you're upgrading the end board of this combo by adding an additional card to it. So we'll start off with the field spell. You're going to activate Evil Eye Domain. This is then going to search you out your Yugioh. You're going to normal summon the Yugioh as we've done before and search yourself out Unleashed. You're going to activate Unleashed, you're going to send your Evil Eye G and your Basilstress to the graveyard to then add you your copy of Selene. You will then activate the Evil Eye in the graveyard to discard said Selene and add you any Evil Eye spell or trap, and you're going to go for Re-Emergence. Now obviously this changes if you open up Re-Emergence or Unleashed. It means you can actually search out an additional piece, but that will come down in the later combos. You then activate the Selene's effect, banishing Unleashed from the graveyard to set it back on the field, paying 1,000 life points, and then you're going to activate Selene. Then you're going to activate Emergence. Now keep in mind Selene will make Yugioh gain 500, but you'll also lose 500 life points, and you'll spawn 2 tokens. You will then use the 2 tokens to go into your Unchained Soul Yama. Now keep in mind as well, you can bring back the Basilstress before this or after this, it doesn't make much of a difference. Your Unchained Soul Yama is going to search you out your Savara, and this is of course where you need to bring back the Basilstress in order to have that additional fiend to be destroyed to summon down the Savara. So that's where the 2 card combo comes into play, as if you've already got an additional extender, you can upgrade into the Link 3 as well, and you'll see that as we play it through. So we're then going to special summon down the Savara. Unfortunately, the Basilstress does get banished, but then you're going to link your Savara plus your Unchained Soul Lord Yama into your Unchained Soul of Rage. Now, obviously, if you're going second, you can actually go into your Anguish and then lead yourself into the Abomination. So you've got loads of different kind of climb up routes, depending on if you're going first or second. And then, of course, your Savara will set you your escape. Now this is obviously the ideal playstyle to play through something like a Dark Ruler or just a board negate, because you have the ability that should they negate the Rage, you can actually pop it, add back the Savara, and then use Yama to bring it back to the board as well, which is really kind of nice. So that's it for the 1 card combo stance. You can kind of see exactly what you can get. Keep in mind you'll still have 4 more cards, which is why this deck has such a nice balance to play more going first cards or more going second cards with like hand traps and everything else. So how do we change this end board? Well, quite simply, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it back to the start, but we're going to follow, I'll just speed through the exact same kind of play, but we'll show you how it differs during the end board as well. Okay, so the 2 card combo, again, it stands off with the normal 1 card combo, so it can either be Yugioh or the Domain, and then you want to open up one of your extenders that can be summoned back from the graveyard. Now it's important that you either get one of these 2 rather than the Basilisk, purely because you actually want to use this as discard fodder in order to make your Link 3 and make sure your Link 3 has Selene equipped to it. So we'll play this one out and I'll show you how it differs. So we'll start off with having the Basilstress, and you're going to start off by activating the Domain, giving your Yugioh gets you Unleashed. Pretty standard on that one. You're then going to activate the Unleashed. The Unleashed is then going to send the other one that you didn't get, so either or. So you put it in the graveyard, and then of course you're going to send your Evil Eye of G. You're then going to activate, resolve this by adding the Selene. And then you're going to activate the Evil Eye to banish it from the graveyard. And this time, rather than discarding Selene, you're going to discard the Basilstress. Now the reason that's important is you need to loop the Selene back, and you can only loop it for its own effect once per turn. So we're going to activate the Selene onto the Yugioh, resolving the Evil Eye to search you out your Re-Emergence. You're going to activate the Re-Emergence. This is going to spawn you 2 tokens. And then you're going to use those 2 tokens to go into Yama. Yama's effect will then search you out your Unchained Soul Savara. And the reason that you want to make the Link 3 before you make your Rage is because if you make Rage and then make the Link 3 points to Rage, so Rage will be negated. Which is why you now want to bring back the Basilstress. You can bring back this one as well if you want to, but you don't need to because you're going to make your Link 3, so you can do it one after the other. You can then use the effect of this to link with all 3. using the Evil Eye Selene as link material to get you into your link 3 Zerziel the Ruler. Now, obviously, because it's in the middle, it doesn't point to anything, which is obviously, you know, you either take that as a plus or a negative. As a plus, it never negates, never makes you negate the effects of an effect monster it points to, but then, obviously, if it's not pointing to your opponent's monster, it's never going to negate them. So what you're going to want to do here is you're then going to want to use Selene's effect. Selene can then banish Reemergence, or you can actually use the effect of Unleashed, so you don't need to worry about the Selene effect, to bring this back and equip to the Zerziel, meaning you don't need to take the 1,000 life points. Entirely up to you which one you want to do. Then, of course, because you control an Evil Eye, you could bring back the other one from the grave that you didn't use this effect of, and then, of course, your Savara can then use this effect to destroy this. In doing so, of course, this will get banished. Savara still hits the board. You then link these two together. You then go into Rage, and then the effect of Savara will trigger to give you the Unchained, escape the Unchained. So what you've done by adding that additional card to the hand is you've upgraded your effect of the Zerziel, which is pop a special monster to pop any card your opponent controls, and this is a little bit stronger. The only thing you're going to want to try and do to make it that one bit better is if you can activate 2 Evil Eye cards before you make Zerziel, you will actually make this at base 2600, so that when it upgrades into this can attack twice. So that's the next step that we still need to work on. So now again, I'm going to reset this. I'm going to show you the 3-card combo, which will give you your strongest end board possible with the most minimum resource. So the final combo is as follows. You're definitely going to need to open up the domain. That is the most important changes. This can't be done with Zerziel. Well, it can be done with Zerziel instead of the domain, but you just don't gain as much resource. So I'm going to show you the maximum resource version. Then you need to open up one of your Unchained monsters, so either a Ruha or direct access to the Savara. Keep in mind you also have Prison, so you've got a couple of different ways to get to that part of the column. And then the final one is opening up one of the 3 important spells, so either Awakening, Reemergence, or Unleashed, just to give you that extra presence on the board. So we'll take this back to the bare bones and I'll show you exactly what you do and how you get there. So you start off by activating the domain, again pretty standard on this one, Zerziel. Zerziel then searches you out either Unleashed or Reemergence, whichever one of these 2 that you're missing. So we'll grab the Reemergence. You'll then activate the Unleashed, and the Unleashed is going to send and search. So we're going to search out our Selene. You're going to send from the deck to the graveyard your Basiltris and, of course, your Evil Eye. So exactly the same play as we've done before. Now the whole idea is trying to maintain your Unleashed in the graveyard. So as you've got this and you've already got the Selene, you can actually activate the Selene now if you want to, but you need to keep in mind that you need to be able to activate your Evil Eye to get you that additional spell to the graveyard. So what you're going to do here is you're going to want to banish the Evil Eye, you're going to want to discard the Selene, and this is going to search you out the Awakening. You're then going to activate the Awakening. Now you could, if you controlled the Evil Eye Selene and recycled it now, you could equip it to the Zerziel, but the idea is you need to get another Evil Eye spell in the graveyard because you don't want to be banishing Unleashed in this one, you want to be saving that for when you make your Link Summon. So, you'll activate the Awakening. This lets you special one from the grave or special one from the hand. So we're going to be able to bring back the Bellistris without using its own effect, meaning that it doesn't get banished, which is really, really important. You're then going to activate the Evil Eye Selene effect in the graveyard to banish the Awakening, not the Unleashed, to then set and activate the Selene. You can now activate the Reemergence to spawn in your 2 tokens. You're then going to turn your 2 tokens and go into your Unchained Soul Lord Yama. And again, you're going to search out the one Unchained card that you're missing. So if you've already opened up the Savara, you go for your Ruha. If you've already opened up a Ruha, you go for Savara. So pretty standard on that one. So that's how your current board, this is how your board currently looks. You're then going to activate your Savara, getting rid of the Bellistris. Now keep in mind this doesn't get banished because it's not used as effect. Alternatively, a better way to do it to gain as much resource as possible is you go into your Link 3 using the effect of the Bellistris, so you can use the Evil Eye Selene as your material, and you're going to go into your Zerziel so that it goes into the zone that doesn't point to your own monster. Because you Link Summon the Link 3, you'll use the effect of your Unleashed to banish it and equipped it with your Selene, meaning that you've got your quick effect pop during your opponent's turn that you really, really want. Because you still control an Evil Eye, you can bring back the Bellistris now because we didn't use this effect previously, we brought it back with Awakening. Now what you've got is that free fodder on the board that can be destroyed with your Savara. So destroy this, it gets banished, but you get your Savara to the board. You then link your Yama with your Savara and you're going to go into your Rage. In doing so, Savara's effect will trigger to set you your escape. You're now going to use Aruha's effect to target the escape, destroy the escape, and summon itself down. In doing so, you're going to trigger Escape's effect to summon Sarama from the deck. You're then going to use Sarama's effect to target the escape in the graveyard, to reset this on your board and destroy the domain. In destroying the domain, what this does is it allows you to add Serziel back to your hand, so you've got a follow-up for the next turn. You could, if you wanted to, trigger the Yama, but you don't actually get much advantage apart from being able to make a second Unchained. But you want to leave this as it is, because then what you can do here is you can now overlay your twins into your Triple D Stone King Darius, and then overlay or rank up your Darius into your Divisor King. So your end board from 3 cards will still remain 2 cards in the hand plus the Serziel you have looped back. You're going to have a quick effect Serziel to pop a card. You've then got the escape combo as well, which you can loop back with Yama, and you've got the ability to absorb 2 cards with your Divisor King Deuce Machina, which what makes this really good is this can deal with a normal summon monster that activates its effect on the field, this can deal with a special summon monster, and then this can deal with any card you want to destroy. Plus, like I've said, you've got the crackback of the Lord Yama in the graveyard. Should you want to go, okay, cool, escape, destroy it, rage, pop a card, and then use Yama, bring back rage, and you're good to rock and roll. And then you don't need to worry about Serziel negating anything because it doesn't point to anything. So you've then got the Serziel for the crackback on the next turn, and that's very easy because you just activate this. You can then use another Unleashed, everything else you need to. So you're in a very good position there, and it's a really kind of cool combo to give you your maximum value. It's very specific, but like I said, this is your maximum value combo. I don't feel like bar adding 4 and 5 cards into it, your board's going to get much better. This is like your ideal end. This gives you everything you need. It gives you an absorb, it gives you a pop, it gives you a link climb, an absorb, a pop, an additional pop as well. It's like really, really kind of cool. You just need to be careful because your life points will be adapted and your attack will be adapted. The only way, in my opinion, that you make this combo any better is that when you make your Serziel, you make it in order to buff up your, you buff up. And I think the only way you can buff this up so that it gets double attacks the next turn is you'd have to use the effect of the Bellistris when you had it on the board to link with your Serziel plus the Eye of Selene to go into your Gorgon. But then you need to have enough spells in your graveyard to make Gorgon strong enough, because you won't be able to, like, you can banish the Unleashed to equip it with Selene to make it strong enough to then link into your Serziel, but then your Serziel wouldn't have the Selene from the graveyard to make it stronger. So it's a bit of give and take. Obviously, all you need to do is activate 1 more Evil Eye card after having Serziel equipped with the Selene, and you're there. But that's something that I'm still working on. Once I figure that out, of course, I will do an update as well. So I hope this video has been informative for you. I hope it's given you a bit of a basic breakdown of the 3 stages that you need in order to make this deck as competitive and as aggressive as possible, with a nice little defensive option as well. Now, like I said, if you're going second, you could still produce this board, but rather than Rage, you'll go into your Anguish, and then your Anguish would link off with one of your opponent's monsters instantly to go into Abomination. And then basically what this would allow you to do is use Serziel, pop a card, Abomination will then pop an additional card. And then this is obviously going to be pushing in for game, without a doubt. So thank you so much for watching. Any questions at all, by all means, please put them in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. But for now, as absolutely always, stay safe and, of course, happy dueling.